Is there any way to analyze the overall markets and not pay attention to all the things that are happening with the trade war and the protests in Hong Kong?
Well, I actually did spend much of my life in China, about 10 years before.
I learned that right now live on, this is called Surprised Face. Before
joining Silvercrest. And you know, what's going on right now is a growing gulf between the United States and China. And it's not just over trade. It's over security issues. It's over human rights. And it's something that is going to shape our investment outlook going forward. Even if there's a deal between the United States and China, this growing gulf, and it's bipartisan, it's not just based upon the president's policies, there is, and it's between the two largest economies in the world. So it's something that we're watching with concern.
Listen, Patrick, honestly, I had no idea. Why did you grow up in China?
I didn't grow up in China. I spent much of my career in China.
Oh, you were like an adult, a grown man.
Yes, but my first visit to China was in 1986 when I was 16 years old. So
okay.
I've seen China change a great deal over the years.
Well, I ask about the age because if you'd grown up there as a kid, it might be one thing because you come at it from a child's perspective. But you were there as an adult. You were there ostensibly working or learning or both. And so from your perspective, then getting to know the Chinese people, maybe getting to know how the Chinese government thinks, what do you think? How much do they simply dig in here? They are not a country that bows to pressure because their timeline is not in decades, it's in centuries.
So when Xi Jinping took power several years ago, he actually came out with a whole list of reforms called the Third Plenum Document, which was going to make the market decisive. And a lot of people welcomed it because they viewed it as long overdue attempts to try to shift the Chinese economy in a more productive direction. Very little of that has happened. And in fact, it's because they have a very short-term perspective, actually. They're trying to shore up support. They're trying to shore up the economy. And they're letting a lot of their longer-term goals slide as a result. And the concern is that China has gone in a direction that is not just more authoritarian, but also, and not just more assertive on the world stage in ways that might threaten the United States, but also that move the economy in the wrong direction, away from reform and more towards piling up the kind of imbalances that already exist in China's economy. So it's really a concerning picture.
Yeah, it certainly is, Patrick. So quickly, in your best guess, how does it play out? We get a deal this year, next year, ever?
I think it's tough to get a substantive deal with China on the issues. And I think that the president's political weaknesses at home make it more likely that the Chinese try to wait out not just the election, but also the economic cycle in the United States. They're waiting for the U.S. economy to show more weakness that would give them a little bit of advantage. Of course, they're facing their own economic weakness. So it's kind of a waiting game right now. Mm-hmm. And I don't expect any kind of clear resolution. I think it's going to be a bumpy road ahead.